Quit looking at me. Okay, why do I have to be funny all the time? Okay, why don't you guys do something funny for once? Okay, I can't handle it. I can't handle the pressure. Okay, I can't do it. Hey guys, Mr. Shaw here. We're going to be talking about elimination today, which is the third, and final way that we have of solving systems. So we're going to go, I want to jump right into it with the steps, all right? So here we go. Actually, not with the steps. It's more of an explanation. Okay, so what's going to happen here is that you're going to get a system that is set up. There's not going to be a variable by itself. Okay, it's going to be set up most of the time in standard form, so like ax plus by equals c, and then from there what you're going to do is we're going to have to do something a little bit different than the substitution that we called in the last one. Now again, in elimination, the idea is to eliminate one of the variables. Okay, so once we eliminate, then we can solve for a different one and go from there. Okay, we're trying to simplify our system a little bit. So let's get into the steps. Now, like I said, with the steps, you're going to see it like this. Again, you see both of these are in standard form, x, y, and then a number term where both of them are equal to a number term. So what you're going to do is, like step one, arrange the equations with like terms in columns. Okay, so you see here they're each in columns. Okay, 3 columns. Each one is corresponding to the right one. Okay, the y's are here, and then the numbers are together as well. All right. Now again, so we've already got that set up. We don't even have to change a thing. So let's not change a thing. And then step 2, we might have to multiply one or both sides of the equations or one or both of the equations to get the coefficients that are going to be opposite. So, like for example, let's imagine that these 6's weren't the same already. If I had 10x and 5x, you're trying to get those to add up to 0. So the way you would do that is you would multiply this equation by -2 on both sides. So you would get negative 10x and then negative 26 over here, and then you would also, like I say again, assuming that this was still 6y, you would get negative 12y in here. Now you see that they're opposites now, so you can eliminate. Now again, we already have that with the 6's, or with the y's rather, so we don't have to worry about that. So then you're going to add the equations to eliminate the variable with opposite coefficients. So you see these are opposites, so you're going to add everything together, and these are going to cancel. So then you would get 15x, and I'm going to write this in a different. I'm going to write it right underneath it. So it'll be 15x equals 32 plus 13 is 45. And then, so it's add the equations, then solve for the remaining variables. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish solving. So divide by 15, x equals 3. All right, moving on to step 4. It says replace that variable. Okay, so this part you know. We've done this with substitution. So you're going to take this value, and you're going to plug it back into the original formula in order to solve for the other one. So again, you're going to replace it. Okay, and we're going to try to find, so again, I'm going to plug x in. I'm just going to pick this 5x right here. Okay, so it'll be 5x. Make sure you plug it into the original one. So it's going to be 5. Instead of x, write 3. So 5 times 3 plus 6y equals 13. Okay, and then we're going to solve for the remaining variables. So we're going to solve for y here. So 5 times 3 is 15 plus 6y equals 13. Subtract 15. So 6y equals -2. Divide by 6. Y equals -1/3. All right, so again, and then it says write your answer as an ordered pair. And again, I already showed you guys how to check them. Again, you would just take it and plug it back in to make sure it works. So again, our answer for this one would be 3, -1/3. All right, so and then that's pretty much it. Again, you would want to check it, but again, I'm not overly concerned about it just because again, you guys already know how to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into an example. All right, so this first one that you see here, again, you're looking for the same, like for these guys to be the same number and opposite signs. So you see that these are both 1, but they're both positive. So if I wanted to eliminate the x's, I would have to multiply by -1, but I don't need to do that because the y's are already opposites. So I've got net -2y here, plus 2y here. So these, when I add these up, whoops. When I add them up, it's going to be, these are going to cancel. They're going to eliminate. They're going to equal 0. So now I'll just add everything else. So it'll be 1x plus 1x is 2x equals negative 41 plus 3 is negative 38. And I'll divide by 2. So x equals negative 19. Alright, so again I'm going to take, now I got to take my value that I found and plug it back in. So I'm going to plug it into the top one. Again, it doesn't matter. You can plug it into either one. So it'll be negative 19 minus 2y equals negative 41. Solve for the 2y, so it'll be add 19. So negative 2y equals negative 22, I believe. Divide by negative 2. Y equals positive 11. So again, you would want to write your equation, your answer as an ordered pair. So negative 19, comma 11. And I'm going to go ahead and check this one because it would be pretty easy to do. I'll check it in the top one first. So it'll be negative 19 minus 2 times 11 equals negative 41. So negative 2 times 11, so it's going to be negative 19 minus 22 equals negative 41. And when I add these together, oops, there goes my 2. So 2 plus 9 is 1, and then you add the 20 to it, so it'll be negative 41 equals negative 41. So that's good. And then we could do the next one, the lower one. So again, that's going to be negative 19 plus 2y equals, oh, not y, sorry, losing my mind, plus 2 times 11 equals 3. So negative 19 plus 22 equals 3. Negative 19 plus 22 equals 3. So we're good. So they both work. Okay, so we're good to go. We're good to move on to the next one. All right, here we go. So again, in this case, you see that I don't have either one, like the x's or the y's, that are the opposite signs. So I'm going to have to multiply one of these equations. Okay, so now what I always tell my students is when you don't see one that already cancels, start with the lower number. So here we've got the x's, so 2 goes into 4 twice. Okay, and 3 doesn't go into 5. So that means that all I would have to do is multiply this one. Now again, they're both positive, so I have to change the sign on this bottom one. So I'm going to multiply by negative 2. Now again, the reason I'm multiplying by negative 2 is so I can get this to be a negative 4x here, which would cancel them out, okay, which would allow me to eliminate. So anyway, now it would be, if I distribute, make sure you multiply this inside term. That's one of the biggest things that algebra students mess up on, is forgetting to multiply by the inside term. So plus 10y equals positive 20. I'm going to go ahead and cross this guy out because we don't need him anymore, at least not for the time being. And we can go ahead and eliminate now, so let's add everything else up. The 4x's cancel, or the net 4x and negative 4x is just 0. So now I'm left with 3y plus 10y is 13y. And then 45 plus 20 is 65. So I'll divide by 13. So y equals 5. Alright, so again, take the y, plug it back in. Since I didn't cross out the top one, I'm going to use the top one to plug it back into. So it'll be 4x plus 3 times 5 equals 45. So 4x plus 15 equals 45. Subtract 15. So 4x equals 30. Divide by 4. So x will equal, if I reduce by 2, it would be 15 over 2. Alright, and that's it. So again, my ordered pair for this one would be 15 over 2, comma 5. Or you can write it as 7.5. That would work as well. So I only have one more to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll have one more. No, I don't. I'm a liar. I have a lot more to do. Okay, sorry. I'm not going to check this one just because we have a few more that we need to do before this video is over. All right. So now again, same deal. You'll notice that neither of them are gonna just eliminate right away. So start with the lower number. Does 2 doesn't go into 5, and 2 doesn't go into 3. That means, when this happens, we have to multiply both equations. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to eliminate the y's. So when this happens, you're looking for the least common multiple. Okay, so the least common multiple in order of these numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with the lowest numbers. So 2 and 5, 3 and 2. Okay, so the y's are going to be easier. So the least common multiple between 3 and 2 is 6. So I mean, again, the lowest number that both of them can multiply to become. So in order to get 6y here, I'm going to need to multiply by 2 on top. And in order to get negative 6y down here, I need to multiply by 3 on both sides. Now again, you notice that they're already opposite signs, guys, so I don't have to actually change. I don't have to multiply by a negative. But if they weren't already opposite signs, you need to multiply by a negative in that case. All right, so let me erase this, and we can go ahead and get going with the elimination. So let's multiply. So again, 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 3y is 6y. 2 times 12 is 24. And now the second one. 3 times 5x is 15x. 3 times negative 2y is negative 6y. And then 3 times 11 is 33. So now we can go ahead and eliminate. So I'm going to eliminate my y's and add everything else up. So it's going to be 19x equals 24 plus 33 is 57. And then divide. So divide by 19. So x equals 3, I believe. 30 times 2 is 38. 38 plus 20 is 58 minus 1. Yep, okay, so we're good. X equals 3. So let's go ahead and plug it back in now. So I'm just going to plug it into the top. So I'm going to plug it in, so right here. And I'll write it down here for you guys. So 2 times 3 plus 3y equals 12. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 3y equals 12. Subtract 6. 3y equals 6. Divide. And y equals 2. So my ordered pair will be 3, 2. And again, I'm not going to check these because again, you guys are going to be able to see that, you know, you guys know how to plug it back in. All right, make sure you're doing that if you are unsure about the answer as well. All right, I'm running short on time, guys. I am going to finish these last 3 up in the next video. All right, see you then.